So next is important features of gravitational force. So what are the important features of this force is, first is, as the distance between the two masses increased, the strength of the force tends to decrease. So distance வந்து increase பண்ணா strength என்ன ஆகுது, decrease ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்றோம். Why? Because it is inversely proportional, is it not? So if this is increasing, this surely it will decrease. Okay, so because of the inverse dependence on r square. Okay, so physically it implies that the planet Uranus experiences a less gravitational force from the sun than the earth. Okay, since Uranus is at a larger distance from the sun compared to the earth. We know that when you consider all the planets, Uranus is farther distance than if you compare with the earth. Okay, so it has a less gravitational force. Clear? So this is a graph which represents the force and the distance. Okay, so when you draw the graph, you'll be getting the curve in this way. Clear? Then second point is the gravitational force between the two particle constitutes an action and reaction pair. So what is meant by this action and reaction pair is, if one is exerting an action, the other will exert some reaction on it, so that in between this there is some force. Okay, so gravitational force always is an action and reaction pair. So it implies that the gravitational force exerted by the sun on the earth is always what? Towards the sun. So when you consider the example between the sun and the earth, okay, so there is a gravitational force, is it not? And the gravitational force is always what? It is towards the force. So the reaction force is exerted by the earth on the sun. So in addition, there is also a reaction force which the sun exerts on the earth. Then the next point is the torque experienced by the earth due to the gravitational force of the sun is given by. So what is the formula for torque? Tau is equal to R cross F, is it not? Now instead of this F, we are going to substitute this as G into m1 m2 by r square into r cap. Instead of m1 and m2, here it is written as S and E, because we are considering with the sun and the earth, is it not? So it is S E into R cap. Now, and this value is considered to be 0. So why this value is considered to be 0 is because this R vector can be written as R into R cap. Okay, so R, this is a formula for R vector. Now this R cap into this r cap, that value is equal to what? 0. So this full term becomes 0. Clear? Since because this r can be written as what? R into r cap. Now this r cap cross this r cap, that is equal to what? 0. That is one of the property of this vectors, and so this full value is equal to 0. So tau which is equal to dl divided by dt. This we know already from the law of conservation of momentum, and so tau is equal to dl divided by dt, that is equal to 0. It implies that the angular momentum is a constant vector. So angular momentum of the earth and the sun is what? Always constant. This is true for all the planets, and the constancy of angular momentum leads to the Kepler's second law. Clear? The expression which is F is equal to minus G into M1 M2 by R square into R cap has one inherent assumption that both the masses M1 and M2 are treated as a point masses. When it is said that the earth orbits around the sun due to the sun's gravitational force, we assume that earth and the sun to be the point mass. So earth ஒரு point mass ஆவும் sun ஒரு point mass ஆவும் எடுத்துட்டு தான் என்ன பண்றோம்? We are deriving with this force. Okay, and this assumption is a good approximation between the distance between the two bodies is very much larger than their diameter. The distance between the two bodies is much larger than their diameters. Okay, so the diameter விட என்னாகும், the distance between the two bodies is very larger. For some irregular and extended objects separated by a small distance, we cannot directly use the equation. So this cannot be used for irregular objects. Instead, we have to invoke separate mathematical treatment. Okay, and this can be used only for the distance, the objects to be with the regular shapes. Okay, Then next is, however, this assumption about the point masses holds even for a small distance or for some special cases. To calculate the force of attraction between the hollow sphere of mass m and a small point mass m which is kept outside the hollow sphere, we can replace the hollow sphere of mass m to the point of m at the center. The force of attraction can be found by treating the hollow sphere as another point mass. So we are considering two point masses and the entire mass of the hollow sphere is at the center. So this is the point mass. Okay, this is sphere and this is other sphere which you are considering the masses to be m and m. Okay, so this is at a point O and this is a point P and the distance is considered to be R. And so for considering between these two, this is also considered to be a small hollow sphere and that has a mass capital M. Okay, and there is also another interesting result considering a hollow sphere, and if we place another, and the force experienced by this mass will be 0. Okay, so how the force experienced by this mass will be 0 is because inside one hollow sphere we are placing other one, and we have studied that inside any hollow sphere the value is what, equal to 0, so this value fully becomes 0. Okay, so the triumph of the law of gravitation is that concludes the mango that is falling down and the moon orbiting the earth are due to same gravitational force. So mango which is falling down and the moon which is orbiting the earth both has a gravitational force. Inverse square law, Newton's inverse square law is, Newton considered the orbits of the planet as a circular one, and so for circular orbit of radius, the centripetal acceleration A is given by this formula, A is equal to minus V square divided by R. Okay, so this is a formula for A, and so considering this which orbits around the earth, okay, and so we are considering the value of A, and so what is the formula for velocity? Velocity is equal to what? Distance divided by time taken, is it not? And so here the distance we are taking it as circumference of a circle. So what is the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r divided by time period t as it is. Okay, now we know the formula for A, is it not? So A is equal to what? Minus V square by r. So far we have seen the two formulas for A as well as V, is it not? Then next is substitute the value of V in this place. So if we substitute, we have to square all this. So it is 4 square pi square r square divided by t square. So r square la ஒரு r square and this r square get cancelled. T square we are bringing it down. So we are getting as minus 4 pi square r divided by t square. Okay, and so if we take Newton's second law, F is equal to m into A. M as it is, substitute the value of A here. Okay, taking with the equation from Kepler's third law, which is t square by A cube. Is it not? Here, instead of this A, we are going to write as R. Okay, so R cube is equal to constant. This is a formula, is it not? This we can also write it as reverse. So how we can write is R cube divided by T square is equal to constant. Okay, so that is the formula. We are going to take it here, r cube divided by t square, which is equal to constant. For constant we are denoting it as k. Now how can you write this r cube as, that can be written as r square into r, is it not? Because this square into this value becomes this cube. Okay, and so this term as it is, which is equal to k. Now bring this r square down. Okay, so we get r divided by t square, which is equal to this k divided by r square. So this is the value we are going to substitute in the equation of f, which is f is equal to, instead of this r divided by t square, I am going to write it as k divided by r square. So this is k divided by r square. Clear? So this gives the formula for f, which is minus 4 pi square m k divided by r square. Clear? Now we are also going to assume with one more thing. So what is the thing we are going to do is, instead of this 4 pi square into k, instead of this term, it is going to be written as this capital G into m, where G denotes the gravitational constant, m is a mass. Okay, so instead of 4 pi square k, we are going to substitute it as G into m. So we get the equation as F is equal to minus G mm divided by r square, since 4 pi square k is equal to what? G into m. So this is the same equation as the first equation which we saw, which is equal to what? G into m1 m2 divided by r square, is it not? So here instead of m1 we have the value as capital M, and m2 we are having the value as small m. Clear with this?